hustle culture is everywhere. We constantly see messages trying to tell us that we should do more, be more, achieve more, earn more money, and just become the best version of ourselves. And this also has a lot of positive aspects. But in this constant hustle and in this constant grinding and trying to become more successful, we tend to forget to listen to the most important voice, and this is our body. So people end up overworking themselves and getting burnt out, and this is not the real meaning of becoming the best version of ourselves. Today's video is all about hustle culture and burnout, so let's dive right in. So our body screams, but we don't listen. What does it mean? So basically, in this constant hustle and not getting enough sleep, we don't even ask ourselves anymore, what do we want? How do we feel today? Are we really in the mood to do all of these things, or is it good and healthy for us to take a break? And because we are so distracted and we don't listen to our body, we really numb this voice. It just gets less and less, and we cannot even hear this voice anymore because we are just distracting ourselves from that. So basically, we became used to stress and overworking and pressure. And it's just normal for us to feel like that. But is this really how we should feel? Should we really become used to this stress? Because we slowly get sick because of this stress. And this can really take a long time. But for some people, it also goes pretty fast. But the problem here is that the stress starts to feel normal, but we get sick and realize it mostly when it's already too late. Burnout. So burnout is not that we feel tired for a while. It's basically a complete shutdown. And recovering from a burnout can take months. So it's really something to take serious. And romanticizing this hustle culture and forgetting the fact that we are not a machine is super dangerous for our own mental health. So these are the warning signals for a burnout. When your body is constantly stressed, you will have trouble sleeping. This could mean that you have troubles falling asleep, or you wake up in the middle of the night, and this is already also a warning sign for a burnout. Something else that could be is that you have really bad mood swings and that people can irritate you really fast. So maybe in the past, when you were not overworking yourself, you were like more calm and you did not get irritated or triggered so quickly. But now you have constantly mood swings and you tend to really get triggered faster. Something that is also really dangerous for women is an irregular menstrual cycle, because this can also happen when we stress too much. So basically, we can lose our menstruation through it. Another symptom is that even if you take the time to rest, you still feel tired. It's just an ongoing feeling of being tired, and maybe in the past you would feel feelings more, but you could also really get numb. So basically what can happen is that you suffer from emotional numbness and that you are really sad all the time. The things that used to excite you and make you happy don't really excite you anymore. You are numb. And this is all because your body is really overwhelmed. Your mind is overworked and you don't feel anything anymore besides this numbness and maybe sadness, and also this constant irritability. The last thing that can also happen is that you have changes in your eating routines, and this can also lead to an eating disorder. So some people tend to overeat themselves when they are stressed, and this could lead to a binge eating disorder. Other people lose their appetite and they are just losing weight because they are not hungry anymore. So when you feel like you have some of these signals, really ask yourself if you are working too much at this time. And the thing that we need to understand is it's nice to achieve things. It's super good for us to have this feeling of that we want to grow. It's important for us, but it can also be too much. And if you do too much, you will get nothing positive out of it in the end when you get burnt out then. So all of these signs just basically show you that you are disconnected from yourself and from your feelings, that you are overwhelmed and that you're just super exhausted. You are changing. You are not feeling like yourself anymore. Something else that can also happen is derealization and depersonalization. This is something that happens when people are having a burnout. They don't feel like themselves anymore. So it can all feel unreal and super disconnected and super overwhelming. Okay, this was a lot, but how can we heal from that? So the most important thing is to start listening to your body again and stop judging yourself. So when you wake up and you feel really tired and you don't want to go to the gym, accept it and don't judge yourself for that. You should listen to your body. And this is really your reminder that you don't need to earn self-love and self-respect through exhausting yourself. Because this is also something that I realized for myself. I just love myself when I do a lot, when I finish a lot. But when I don't do my daily things, I feel like I'm not worthy to talk good about myself to myself and to appreciate myself, because I think, oh, you didn't do that today, you are a failure. So you really need to start listening to your body again and also tell yourself that it's okay to skip the gym sometimes, to skip reading or whatever you want to achieve every day. So basically, success means nothing when your health suffers. You really need to understand that your health is the most important asset that you have. If you are not healthy, it's the amount of money that you make and the things that you achieve mean nothing. So please really take care of yourself and love yourself. So something that I also needed to learn is that it's okay to rest and it's also important to rest. It's super good for us to take a pause and just get back to doing things that we like, but not the things that we like to do to become more successful. The things that we really want to do could be laying in bed and watching your favorite series on Netflix. Simple as that. But we need to really take the time to pause and just do something that relaxes us. So what can help is really self-care and resting days that you write down in your calendar, and it's your day to relax and pause. Something that is also important is screen-free time, because if you just try to relax then and you are on the phone, you might get back into this hustle mode and this, I could reply to this email, I could do this. So screen-free time is super important. What you can do instead is go out in nature, go for a walk, do a meditation, and just spend time with yourself without the phone. So if you have your phone with you, put it in do not disturb. But I would really recommend to just switch it off and put it somewhere else where you cannot see it. Something that also helps is to slow down while doing things. You can start with your breath. If you slow down your breath, you will feel more relaxed, because slowing down also regulates your nervous system. If you are always in a rush and you're doing 5 things at one time, it's super overwhelming for your nervous system. So you get stressed. And especially in today's hustle culture, doing everything at one time and being as productive as possible just always gets glorified, but it's not. We should do one thing at one time, and when we have finished this thing we can do something else. But doing everything at one time is just like super stressful for us and will just make us feel exhausted. So loves, this was it with my video. This is something that is really personal, because I realized that I'm doing too much and I stopped listening to my body, and this is super harmful for me. So maybe there's someone out there that is going through the same things, And I really want to say you are not alone. And this is your reminder to love yourself, even though you might not achieve all the things that you wanted to achieve. And just take a step back and relax and listen to your body. If you find this video helpful, leave a thumbs up and a comment and subscribe to my channel. We are going to see each other in the next video. Bye bye!